Hi everyone, and welcome once again to our English lesson. I hope you'll be fine. Now, before we get started, please check right here in the description down below. There is a YouTube link that I would like you to watch first. It will help you to understand a little bit more the topic for today. That in fact, it's more a refresh about something that we already know about community workers, but also it's important for you to know. So please check it out before we continue. If you feel ready, let's get started. And today we will work on community jobs activities, community worker activities. We already know them, all the community workers. We already know where do they work. For example, we know that a chef works at the restaurant, the doctors at the hospital, but we barely know what do they do every day. So that's what we're gonna learn today, and we're gonna put in practice at the end of this video. So pay attention. So, which are the community workers? We already know there are people that offer their services for you, for me, and for everybody in the society. All right? But what do they do one by one? That's what we are gonna know. So let's check right here. We have the mail carrier. All right? And what does the mail carrier do? The mail carrier delivers letters, visits different houses, and loads packages. Those are the most important activities for the mail carrier. And of course, it has many more, but we are gonna name only 3 activities for every person. And where does she work? On the street. The mail carrier goes on the street to do these activities. All right? The next one, we have an artist. We have different artists such like the painter, the musician, and many others, but as the picture indicates, we're gonna focus this time on a painter, all right? The artist, a painter. What does the painter do? Paints pictures, makes exhibitions, sells his paintings. All right? And where does he do these activities? At the studio, the artist studio, where he works every day. Okay? The next one, the farmer. He is very important for society too, because he seeds plants, reaps fruits, and raises animals. And where does he do these activities? At the farm. Okay. The next one. We have the hairstylist. The hairstylist cuts hair, combs hair, and makes people look good. That's why she's very important. Yes? And where does she work? Well, she works at the hair salon. All right? Next one. We have the chef. The chef cooks food, prepares ingredients, and washes the dishes. And where does she work? Well, she works at the restaurant. Okay. Now, if we move right here, we will check that we have the doctor and the nurse. And they share similar activities. Of course, if we separate them, we have many more. But I will focus this time on the activities that they do have in common. Okay? So the doctor and the nurse care for sick people, applies medicine, and saves people's lives. And where do they work? Well, they work at the hospital. The next one is similar, but she focuses on a different thing. The vet. The vet cares for sick animals, rescues animals, and of course cures pets, like your pet, your dog, your cat, the bird that you have in your house. And where does she work? At the clinic. Now we have the police officer. She or he, because we have both of them, the police officers work to protect people. They protect people. The police officer does surveillance and receives reports. He's very important for society today. And where does he work? At the police station. Next one. The firefighter. The firefighter puts out the fire, saves lives, and drives the fire truck. Yes. And where does he work? He works at the fire station. We have a construction worker. The construction worker loads heavy objects, builds buildings, and climbs very tall structures. He or she has a dangerous work. And where does the construction worker work? At the construction. All right. The last one, but not less important, we have the teacher. The teacher shares knowledge, teaches the students, and prepares material. And where does he work? Sorry, let me show you complete again. Shares knowledge, teaches the students, and prepares materials. All these activities, the teacher does them at the school. Well, usually, of course. Do not take in consideration the pandemic around the world, but usually they work at school. All of them are important for society. Without them, our society will be lost. It's important that we recognize the work of all these people for society, for you, for me, and for everybody. I would like to invite you to pick up one of these community workers, sorry. In fact, try to pick up 3. Let's make it more interesting. Pick 3 of them, all right? And change their sentences to present continuous. Please continue working on these assignments. It's important because this will be very important, will be a special part of our final project. So I will be waiting with so much happiness for your work. And with this, we finish our lesson for today. I hope you like it. Please continue working hard. I really hope to see you soon. And of course, as always, I send you a very big hug. Take care. Goodbye.